Hi, I'm Dakota Arsenault, host of Contra Zoom Pod. Today, I have the honor to be joined by Benjamin Belloir, the writer and director of the short film Beautiful Stranger that is currently playing at the Academy of Death Racers Film Festival. I'm sure if you are watching this interview, you have seen Benjamin's film, but I'll give a brief plot synopsis regardless. Romain is a 30-something stuck in a taxi on his way to catch a train. He's having a fight on the phone with his long-term boyfriend, and he gets broken up with. The driver throws him out, and Romain decides to get a room at a hotel. Once there, the shy, insecure man decides to fire up a dating app, and a mysterious and attractive American man comes to his room for a hookup, but that isn't quite what Romain wanted. Bienvenue all the way from Paris. Benjamin, how are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you. I liked your resume. It was really nice.
Excellent, excellent. So I'm gonna start on, I guess, a bit of a more of a serious note. I feel like with the proliferation of hookup apps now making casual sex even easier and transactional, do you sort of feel the act of intimacy is becoming a bit of a lost art?
Yeah, I do. Actually, I do. Because I think that, well, depends, that for some people, dating apps can be like super nice. I think I have some friends who did found love on it. Actually, some of them are married now and get some friends. Well, some children, not some friends, sorry. But for me, and for a lot of people I know, it was like really strange experience sometimes. It can be like really super easy sex, but it can be, you can meet some people and it can be super awkward. And that's what I wanted to talk about. And that's why I wanted to do a kind of digression, and put it in some sorry for my English. I'm a bit tired, but yeah, to put it in some strange way, not too realistic, but put it in, to show how awkward and strange and how it makes you feel uncomfortable, that kind of stuff. Because I think it's not normal, Before, people used to go to the bars and talk and do stuff, but here you just meet people you will never talk in the real life, and the way it does change us, I think it's super strange.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, there is this direct, well, not everybody does that, but there is this direct, very frontal way of seeing sex, which is kind of new, I think, in the history of humanity. So yeah, I don't know if it was your question, sorry.
No,
I think I
that's
did a
great.
digression. Okay, thank you.
uh, when most of a film takes place in a single location, you need to make sure that is perfect for your vision. Most of the action in your film
Yeah.
takes place in Romain's hotel room, which has this beautiful old European style, but it's very modernized as well. What was it like making sure that the hotel room that we see was the right one for you?
Well, actually, it was really important for me because it was one set, so I had to choose a good one, and I wanted something like you didn't knew when, and where, like it was like a parenthèse, like I don't know how you say that in English. Actually, parenthèse. I'm just gonna try to find a translation. It's like something out of time,
Mhm.
It's called parenthèse. You say parenthèse too? Parentheses,
Oh, yes.
I think. Yeah. So I wanted it that way, that it can make you feel like you don't know where you are, you don't know when. And that's why I wanted it to be like kind of old, like in the Hitchcock movies, like 60s or 70s sets. And I liked it, to opposite the really technological and screen stuff, really modern with the old-fashioned way. Because I think for me is kind of old-fashioned way, the way he thinks, the way he speaks, the way he's dressed, and that's why I think it was important and maybe nice to put it in that kind of set. I think it was describing him somehow, his
Mhm.
way he's seeing life and people. And I really like the movies with one set because it makes you concentrate on the actors and on I mean, you can really look at them, you know, and see how they're playing, because when there is a lot of sets, you know, you don't have time, because it's really short to do a movie. So you have to concentrate on other stuff. But when there is only one set, I mean, I can really focus on the actors, and that's what I'm interesting in. But the problem is that you have to be very careful, because not to show all the time the same thing, you know, because the spectator can be bored with the same set all the time. I think it works for a short. I'm not sure it will work for a future one. Maybe it did. I mean, some movies did it, but yeah, for this short, I think it was nice. But I tried to make it new for each scene, you know, so you can see by the cinematography that at the beginning it's really cold when he enters in the room. It's like very blue, and then each time there is a new character and a new action, it's getting hotter. So, and more surrealistic, you know, because at the end it's like really purple and that kind of very pop colors, which are kind of unreal, you know. And at the end, it's the only real light, the last scene when he wakes up, and it's the only scene we did like with the real light. So the light of the day. So yeah, I think when there is only one set, you really have to be imaginative and try some stuff just to make the spectator like thinks everything is new, you know.
Mm-hmm. Did you scout a lot of hotels to find that one, or did you know that that was the place you
Yeah.
want to film at?
Well, actually, I didn't know that have that much choice, because we had the money of the region, so it's in the north of France and it's called Reims, and they gave us the money to do the movie. Well, it was a part of the budget, so we had to do the movie in this part, you know, of France. So I didn't have the choice actually. So I had to find a place in this city called Reims, and so I did visit some places, but yeah, it was really hard because it was during the COVID, so we couldn't like see everything. And there was this hotel, and they needed money, you know, because nobody was coming. And when I went there, I was like, okay, it's this one. I don't need to search anymore, because all the rooms were like this actually. So each room had a theme, and was like this, you know, that kind of old-fashioned way, decoration and stuff. And I did choose this room because it was one of the biggest, and I liked the motif on the paper, you know,
Yeah, the
on the
wallpaper.
wallpaper. Yeah. And I like the fact that it was blue and white, because on the lights it wasn't. I mean, the colors could live, you know. Then if I choose like the red one, for example, it will be dead, you know. So yeah, yeah. But I had a lot of luck, because that set was exactly what I wanted.
Well, it was a
Yeah.
beautiful location. It worked perfectly for your film.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's sort of funny watching your film as a native English speaker myself, where normally the
Mhm.
sexy, mysterious character would be French, but here the roles are reversed, with the American
Really?
being the exotic character. What was the writing process like, and
Yeah.
having a character not speak the native language, adding a lost in translation element?
I think it was because of the comedy, you know, because I wanted to do it not like a 100% comedy. I wanted it to be half and half, you know, like a dramatic and comedy, because sometimes it's like a bit sad. This movie is not just funny, but I think that comedy works with opposition. You know, you have to opposite the characters if you want it to be funny. And I think that language can be super funny. I mean, when people don't understand each other, it can mix, you know, incomprehensions, and you think you understand something, but he meant something else. And I think that Romain is that super French cliche, you know, like he's really nervous. He's super like he like to criticize at the beginning of the movie. It's like this not bitch guy, but you know, the guy who is never satisfied, who is super critical with everybody. And I think that I like to opposite and create this kind of, I mean, perfect American guy, you know, like you don't know where it comes from, but it's like the cliche, like a bit of Brad Pitt's fantasy. I don't know, but I like the idea of bringing the American dream, you know, in this bedroom, and the kind of guy you could never get in real life, you know. So it's kind of a fantasy, and I like the idea that we don't even know if he's in a moment of the movie if it's really real or not, because he said to Romain, maybe I'm just in your head, you know. So I like this idea, but I think the difference of languages, I like it actually when I see a movie where there are a lot of languages. I like that, but I think it was more comedy stuff at the beginning. And I thought about the idea of making him like Spanish or I don't know, Chinese, like from super far. But I think the good thing with English is that a lot of people get it, so that's why I
That's
chose
fair.
that. Yeah, and I do speak a bit of English. Even I'm super bad right now.
Oh, no.
So
You're
it
all good.
but it was easier for me than Portuguese or Chinese, you know.
It could have been anyone as long as
Yeah.
they weren't speaking French, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I like the idea that that Romain, I think that when you speak with somebody who doesn't speak your language, you can say things you wouldn't say in your language, you know.
Which we do get that a
It's
couple
the same.
times. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same stuff that for me it's the same idea that having sex with somebody you don't know, you know, from an app. I think you can say a lot of stuff because you know you won't see them again. And I think it's the same for me that for the language. I think you can really, I don't know why, but I think it's kind of mechanical. I don't know, but yeah, maybe it's because they speak different language, so you feel comfortable somehow.
Well, there's this sexy and tender scene where this American stranger plays some music to cut the tension and the awkwardness that they feel. And it's a song called Bleu Sang Noir by Aaron. I apologize, my French is terrible. Was this a song that you knew during
Okay.
the writing process, or was it one that you found afterwards?
Well, actually, the moment I heard this song, I was like, okay, this is a song. I mean, because I knew I wanted something a bit sexy, a bit like pop, synth pop, you know, like a bit dark too. And I was like, I don't know. When I was writing the movie, I didn't know what to put it as a music. And yeah, since the moment I heard this song, I was like, okay, this is the one. And the thing I like most about this song, even if I love the melody and stuff, is that it's half English and half French. So it was perfect for the movie. And I like the way it grows, you know, because at the beginning it's like super slow. Then there is a voice, and then it's growing up and up and up and up. And I think for the kiss, it was just perfect. So yeah, it was like the hotel. When I heard it, it was like, okay, this is the one. So after we had to get the rights, you know, from the band and from the label, and we did get it. So it was super nice because Aaron is a bit of famous in France. So I was super happy. They said yes. It's kind of my favorite band actually right now. So
Oh,
yeah, I
nice.
was super happy. Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's good. There's always a certain element of luck and magic that goes on when you're trying to
Yeah.
create a film.
Exactly. And I was so scared because I said, if they say no, I don't know what I'm going to put instead, you know? Because for me, it was just this one. So, except like making a kind of the same song, but not with the same artist, you know? But for me, it was just this theme and this stuff. Everything was perfect for me in this song. So, yeah.
Excellent. Your film
Thank
deals
you.
with themes of sex and intimacy, relationships, and includes your actors being in various states of nudity throughout the film and performing sex acts. What was it like ensuring that you got what you needed performance-wise from your actors while allowing them to be comfortable with their characters?
Well, I was super honest since the castings. I said everything to them. I mean, they read the script, of course, but you know, when you write some script about sex, you can say stuff like they are having sex, so everybody can figure something. You know, even if you say with passion or stuff like that. I mean, for some people, having sex with passion is different, you know, from each one of us. So since the castings, I told them what I wanted and what I didn't wanted. And I think the more you want from your actors, the more you have to be precise since the beginning, you know. So that's why on the casting, I began directly with the scene of the spank, you know, in the beginning of the spanking, because I knew that from there, if the actors said no, it wouldn't be possible for me to do the short movie with them, you know. So it was kind of hard to begin with that. I do know that, but for me it was really important because I do prefer to be sure before, you know, the movie than during the movie, because it can make. Actually, I had a problem with that because so for me it was since the beginning it was Shane, you know, the American actor, for him. But for the French actor, even if I love Baptiste, there was another comedian we were thinking about to be the main character. And I did figure it out during the castings that for him, the sex scenes with another guy would be complicated. But at first, he didn't told us that, you know. So each time we saw him again, he was like, yeah, it's okay. I can do it, I can do it. But each time I saw that he was feeling more and more and more uncomfortable. And so at the end, I told him, you know, it's for me, it's important in the movie that there is some sex in. So if you can't, I prefer to not continue with you.
Mhm.
But I think honesty is the most important thing for sex scenes. I
Mhm.
mean, if you try to lie to your comedians, it won't work, you know. You have to be super transparent with them since the beginning.
Mhm.
I think that's the key.
Yeah,
And
and
then
have a
for
lot of
the
trust.
yeah, and even between them, you know, because the kind of threesome part, you know, it was the first day of Daphne, so the the woman, the young lady, and so she told since the beginning she told the comedians what they could do and what they couldn't do, you know, with her. And I just let her speak, you know, it was her part, not mine. So I just listened to what she wanted to do or not, and they did respect it. So I think it's, yeah, the main stuff is to listen, because they were not we didn't have a coordinator of intimacy, I think that's the word, on the set. So I think I was the coordinator. I think it was me. But I really tried to respect them, so to listen to them. And when I saw it was too much, I said stop, and you know. But I think I was really lucky because the actors were super implicated every every single part of the movie, and including the sex scenes. So yeah, for them it was not that much a big deal. Actually, it was, you know, it was really easier actually to shoot the sex screens than scenes, sorry, than the dance one, you know. Yeah, I don't know why, but the dance scene, it was so long to shoot. Like, it
Wow.
took us like maybe, yeah, half a day, maybe one day to do it. And then the sex scenes, it was super easy actually. So yeah.
Interesting. That's very interesting. Um,
Yeah.
I believe this is your second short film after 2018's Parental Consent. Once again, I won't butcher the French title. I want to know, what did you learn about yourself in the art of filmmaking that helped you make this new film, Beautiful Stranger?
That's a tough question. I think that in the first one, maybe I was too sensitive with the content, because it was a bit of my, it's not it was my story, but I mean the conflict between the mother and the young lady was kind of my own, you know, even if it's super romanticized, and it's really more fictional than my own story. But I think I was too implicated in it. So I couldn't, sometimes, not for all the movie, but sometimes I couldn't um, make distance with what I lived and what I was seeing. So yeah, I think so. For the second short, yeah, I tried to be more distancial with it, and maybe to be, even if it's super hard, to be more to try more things with comedians. So each time I try to, you know, add different versions of a same scene, because I think for parental advisory, I was more like, yeah, I like that, so let's do it again, let's do it again, let's do it again. And when I was doing the editing, I just saw that it was the same stuff every time, you know. So I was like, shit. Even if I liked what I got, I think that you have to have a lot of different possibilities for the editing. So for this one, I really tried to do a lot of different stuff for everything.
Hmm.
So for the comedians, it was really hard, because they were like, yeah, but you just told me that like 1 second later, and now I have to do that completely different. I was like, yeah, but I need it for my editing, so do it, you know. Yeah, I really tried that, and it's super hard. It's super hard because, you know, you want to get the perfect moment. So you a lot of directors, I think, wants to get the moment. So they just repeat it again and again and again and again. But sometimes just nice to try different stuff, I think.
Did that help you more in the editing process when you were giving them different directions and ways to play the scenes? Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So sometimes we had like really, really bad stuff, like super bad. I was like, why did I ask them to do that? I don't understand myself. But you have a lot of good surprises too. And actually the only scenes I don't like in the movie, because there are some, of course, are the ones I didn't ask them to do differently.
Hmm.
So yeah, yeah. So, and maybe the last stuff I would say is like, yeah, so it's kind of the same of the first idea of letting go a bit, you know. I think that I tried to really, really enjoy it, because it was a comedy, you know. So when you're a director, you try to give an energy. Sorry, so hard for us to say. So it was a comedy, so it was supposed to be feeling good movie. So I tried to be super in the same mood, you know, of the movie. So even if we were tired because everything was set on night, I asked it for the production, because I wanted, you know, I think that when you're setting a movie, when you're doing a movie by night, the spirit is different than during the day, and you are faking it, you know, with lights and stuff. So I really wanted it to take place in the night. So we only did nights, actually. So the team was super, super tired. So they hated me. But the good thing is, I tried to be always in the same mood and super energetic and super happy. And so, yeah, I tried to be the mood of the movie, you know.
That's good.
So maybe maybe that's something I didn't do in the first one. I think I was just too concentrated all the time. So actually the first one is super dramatic. So maybe it's good I didn't do that.
Well,
Yeah.
I'd love to know what comes next, both for you as a filmmaker and your film Beautiful Stranger.
Actually, Beautiful Stranger is like his second half year now of festival. So I think it's kind of the beginning of the end.
Okay.
It's still in some we still did some inscriptions here and there, you know, in some festivals. But yeah, I think we are already like 30 or so festivals, so which is good for a short movie, because my first one actually did that less festival than this one. But it really worked in the US, actually. It had a lot of selections in the US and everywhere around the world. Not in France. I don't know why. We're stupid in France, I think so. So
There are lots.
it didn't. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It really didn't really work in France, but it worked all around the world. So I'm happy about that. So yeah, maybe we'll have some surprises again. I don't know, maybe. And for the rest of me, of my career, right now I'm working on my first feature movie. So yeah, it's a bit of art, because I'm writing it. So for the moment I don't have producers yet, so I'm trying to find some. And I'm trying to do writing residencies. I don't know if you have this in Canada, maybe. Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm trying to apply to some writing residencies just to not write all alone, you know.
Yes.
It can be super painful and and super hard to do it alone. So yeah, I'm doing this right now. I'm hesitating to do another short. I don't really know because I think I did what I had to do. So I mean, the first shorts I did were exactly what I wanted to do with shorts. So I'm not sure right now I want to do it again, but it takes time to make movies. So maybe I will have to until I can do my feature one, you know.
Well, that's
But
very
I think shorts,
exciting.
yeah, but I think shorts can be nice to try stuff you won't try in feature ones.
Hmm.
Because I think that the more expensive the movie is, the less you can try stuff. So shorts are expensive, but I mean you can do them even if you don't have a lot of money. Then feature one, it's hard to make feature one without a lot of money. So and producers can be super boring, you know. They want some stuff and not other ones. So when you want to try stuff, when you want to be a bit original, they're like, why do you want to do that? So yeah, it can be a nice area to try some stuff, I think, short movies. So maybe I'll do another one. I don't know. Right now, I don't have ideas for a short one, but maybe. I'm super into my feature one. And it's super hard to write actually a feature one. So right now I'm really into it. And finger crossed I will have a writing residency, so it can help.
Excellent. Well, we'll have to keep an eye out for that. But if
Yeah.
people want to learn more about you or your film, what are the best places to go?
Oh la la. I don't know because I'm super bad at my social media. I have to work on that. But you know, it's kind of a work, like an entire work to 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 do a social media. I mean, before it didn't exist. I mean, before it was just you do your movie, it does exist during 1 or 2 years, and that's it, you know. But I think I should have done professional Instagram since the beginning. I didn't, so it's still my fucking Instagram with my face and stuff. So I should erase everything and do another one about my movies. But I think I'll try to make it more professional, like really soon. It's one of my a good uh, resolution of 2023. So I have to do that. Yeah,
Much like
I
how
will.
much like how dating is now done through apps, making movies is now done through
Yeah,
social media.
world is changing really fast, you know, and
Yes.
I'm still young, so I'm scared of the of the future. I don't have TikTok, but yeah, I have Instagram and Facebook. So I think it's the main two places you can find my work. So actually, my Facebook is just about my movies because I think that Facebook right now isn't working that much, you know, in the world. So I just post stuff on my movies. But yeah, my Instagram, I have to make it professional, like for real. So, but yeah, I think I think that's the two places where you can find my work. So yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with
Thank
me
you.
and for the festival goers.
That's really nice. Thank you so much. I hope they will get it because my English is too bad today. I'm so sorry.
You're fine. But if you
Okay.
haven't already, make sure you check out Beautiful Stranger, now playing at the Academy of Death Racers Festival, which is running until January 22nd. Beautiful Stranger is in competition for the Best LGBTQ plus short film award, and additionally is eligible for the Audience Award, which can be voted on by anyone attending the festival. Details will follow for ticket holders, and more information can be found at AoDR.net. Thank you.